Will 2026's Thrash be a feeding frenzy?
Or is it dead in the water? Find out next on the cutting room floor.
Gonna chomp your face.
What's up, misfits and metalheads, and welcome to another episode of the cutting room floor. We are from the band Cut Like This. I am Thorn Black.
I'm Rose Blood.
And today we are watching and talking about the brand new shark thriller called Thrash, now streaming on Netflix. I believe this may be a Netflix original,
so,
so you're probably not going to get it anywhere else. But first, don't forget, we have music all over the place. It's back, that's right. And, like, subscribe, follow, hit a band up. Rose, why don't we dive into this one, and why don't you tell them a little bit about it?
Oh, we're going to be diving in.
We're diving in.
All right, now that it's getting nice and warm out here, we're starting to feel that summer vibe. And you know what happens when it comes to summer vibes? The king of horror in summertime is the shark movie.
I gotta say, undefeated king of summertime horror.
King of summertime horror.
See, sharks will never not be scary.
They will never not be scary to me.
Endless material.
Ever. You can prime that all night long, okay?
So, Rose, why don't you tell them a little bit about this one? What is Thrash about?
So, Thrash is about a really bad, similar to Krull. There's a really bad hurricane going down. They're like, nah, this is like a category 1000. They're like, this is off the charts. This is, typical movie stuff.
They're
whatever.
like, this is a new category of storm.
This is a new
how
category
bad
of
this
storm.
one is.
We're making new numbers for this bitch. So basically, this really bad storm is coming into town. And of course, this leads to a perfect storm of terrible conditions for an insane shark infestation and flooding of this whole town. And everybody is in danger. Everybody is at risk of being chomped. Okay,
everybody is on the menu. It's
going down. Everybody's on the menu.
I don't ever want to be in a situation where I'm on the menu. Ever,
I don't.
Ever.
I don't. I don't want to be. I don't want to be the human that's back on the menu. I really don't.
One thing I enjoyed about this movie is the setup, the premise. I like that they took what's going on and they used global warming to over exaggerate what potentially could happen in some random scenario. Obviously, I'm not thinking sharks are coming through or whatever, but I like the the catalyst is kind of based off of stuff that we're going through. You can't say that the weather isn't getting crazy. Believe in global warming or not, the weather is getting crazy. The hurricanes are getting worse. These are just facts, so you can't argue with them. So I like where they're coming from in this. And for somebody like me, I'm like, I'm not going to be out in the ocean. You're not going to get me. But when you write a movie this way, it's like, oh, the sharks came inland. Now I'm doubly scared. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And I like the combination of like a disaster movie combined with a shark movie. I like that. I'm always a big fan.
Good hybrid.
Apologize for my voice. We rocked out incredibly hard at our show at Lucky 13.
That's
Salute.
right. Thanks for everybody who came out. That was a fun night.
Thank you so much to everybody who came out. We got to see so many faces of people we hadn't seen in a long time. And we got to make a lot of new friends as well. So it was absolutely perfect. Fantastic performances from our buddies, Amatory Murder, and our new friends, Miss Cherry Delight. She rocked the house. So all of that being said, let's get back to Thrash. So it's interesting because it's a combination of a disaster movie and a creature feature-y kind of thing, and it's also an ensemble thing. So it's following like a couple of different little pockets of survivors of this crazy event. Because of course, like I said, huge terrible storm. Insane flooding. And very much Katrina vibes as far as like levees breaking and like this whole town just getting flooded. And these people are in a really bad situation. They do a really good job of setting up like each little survivor group's like, situation to be as bad as possible. So we've got The first person that one of the first people we encounter is Dakota. She is recovering from losing her mom, and she's not doing well mentally.
Yeah, she's going through
She's
it
basically
right
become
now.
an agoraphobic. So just imagine you're agoraphobic. Everybody around you is evacuating. There's all this news, and she's just in heavy denial, and she's just like not she's not doing what she's supposed to do, and she knows it, but she also can't really seem to help herself
And
because of her mental state.
if you're unfamiliar with the term, she is terrified of leaving the house and going
Exactly.
outside.
Yeah. Agoraphobia means that you're afraid of. Yeah. Exactly. What he said.
Which is why she gets trapped here,
Yeah.
because they're giving warnings, and she's thinking that they're just not going to be that serious because the storms aren't really as bad as people make them out to be. Plus, she's terrified of leaving.
That's just her excuse. She knows that I feel like this character like understands intellectually.
Early on, I believe she thinks it's going to blow over. I think by the time she realizes that it's an issue, it's already too late. By the time she realizes the severity of it,
True.
But you got to feel a little bit for her. She doesn't stay just because she wants to stay.
She doesn't. She doesn't.
We jump to a couple of other different pockets of characters that they set up for reasons why they are still in the town.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. So there's her. There's Lisa. She's a pregnant woman, an office worker. She was like, her mom is super concerned about what's going on with her, and she's just like, get the fuck out of there, and she's just like, well, I had to go to work, like they made me come in, you know what I mean? And isn't that something that we can all relate to? What is this terrible situation, but you better make it into work,
But you're coming to work today, though, right?
But you're coming into work today, right? And
the roads are flooded, but you're going to take that kayak to work today, though,
exactly,
right?
Exactly. And we've also got a group of like
a foster
kids, a foster family, a whole foster family. So it's like 3 kids, mom and dad, and basically like the dad is just being one of those stubborn people that's just like, he's again similar to Dakota. It's not that bad, whatever, but we're gonna ride it out. At least,
but this guy is like, I know better, and they don't know what they're talking about. Unlike Dakota, he's full of himself and like, I know better.
Absolutely.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Kind
just
of
shut
like
up and get back over there. And it's like, oh, okay. We'll see how you feel about that decision in a little while.
Exactly. And this was written and directed by Tommy Wirkola. He is known for the movies Dead Snow, that Nazi zombie movie, and of course the sequel, Dead Snow 2, Red versus Dead. He also wrote and directed Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters with Jeremy Renner. And
that was fun.
That one was actually pretty fun.
Oh,
I gotta say,
I enjoyed that
movie was hot trash. It was like super trash.
It had a lot of style. It was just fun. It had a lot of style. I was sold by the style of the movie. It kept me very entertained.
Exactly. So
back
we're following
to our shark movie.
Yes.
Like I guess I do like this guy's work, and one of the things I thought that was cool about this movie is two of the things. One is the angles that they get with the camera sometimes to show some of the sharks. There's a scene or two where they take the camera in the room, they don't cut it, and then they just have it pan up and over the water.
And then you can see
and
like
then
the
all of a
sharks
sudden it's
under
like
the water
you see the shark like and
yeah.
it's like, oh no, and then they'll take the camera. I'm like, but the transition of going from like the fear of the person to the overhead, so you can see the like how much you should be scared. I think that was a great shot. It added a lot to me.
Absolutely.
I also like that most of the water scenes are real. Like the actors are really there. They're on set. They would build parts of the set to sink the actual set. So they're not like flooding the set. They're sinking certain parts of it
really cool.
kind of make it look
really
like
cool.
it's flooding. But then the actors, it's just really cool. So they're tired. They're wet. They're cold. That's very real. They're in this water. That adds a lot to it.
That does add a lot to it. So, all of that being said, we like to rate via chainsaw here, with 5 chainsaws being a masterpiece of horror. 5 chainsaws, well, that's going to get you out of this situation. 1 chainsaw, on the other hand, that's not making even a little scratch on the hide of those crazy bull sharks that are going nuts in this movie.
No sushi tonight.
There will be no sushi for you. No sushi for you. So, all of that being said, how many chainsaws are you going to give to 2026's Thrash?
The obligatory rubbing my hands together for no
Oh.
reason before a rating.
Get that ASMR.
I'm gonna give Thrash a 4 stars. I said stars. We don't do stars.
We don't do stars.
4 out of 5 chainsaws. Excuse me, I
There
forgot
we
what
go.
show I'm on.
There we
Here,
go.
Stars. These are chainsaws over
Come
here.
on.
I'm gonna give it 4 to 5 chainsaws. This is a cool movie. There's just lots of sharks everywhere. I like when there is a lot of whatever the villain, the monster, the whatever it is. I like when there's lots of them, and there sure enough were plenty. There's plenty of extra people in here also that we did not mention. That's fodder, and including some of the people that we did mention. You know, you never know. Like everybody is on the menu, is what I'm saying. It's just a cool take. I like the concept. I like where it's coming from. I like some of the shots, the angles, how they like raise up and over, and you were like looking down at the whole scene and stuff like that. That was really unique. You know, so. It was an enjoyable movie. I had a good time with it. Rose, what are you going to give this one?
I am going to also give this 4. I thought it was a fun combination of a disaster film plus a shark horror film. You know, we got some creatures, we got the elements, we got some chomping going on there. Of course, you know, there is so much chomping. And that's what I want to see. Okay? Do not give me a damn shark movie and nobody gets chomped, okay? I'm looking at you, that movie with oh my gosh, the girl from Clueless in it. Man, I was like, where is this damn shark? I was like 45 minutes in, like nary a shark to be seen in this film. I was so pissed off, okay?
Yeah, I feel you.
So these are the qualifications that I need for a good shark movie. 1, the shark needs to be visible, and it needs to be visible within less than 20 minutes of the film, okay? I need to be seeing some shark, okay? I need to probably I want to see more than one shark, to be honest. But,
I would love to see more
But
than
if there's one
possible.
really, really big shark that can cause some serious damage, that is acceptable as well, okay? I want to see some crazy kills, some crazy champas, and I want to see some messed up, scary situations, okay? This is not the deep, more compelling movie like Beast of War. Beast of War was much more like had much more bite to it. This one is definitely a little bit lighter. However, what they do take advantage of is similar to the film Crawl, which was a crocodile or was it gator movie? Gator. Had a lot of gators in it and stuff. This one has really great tense situations. You know, I forgot to mention there's a character who is pregnant and she is trapped in her car at an intersection that is flooding, and then the sharks are coming. You know what I mean? Like, that is a really messed up situation.
Yeah, they have some cool situations.
You know, like they do great like moments and cool shots.
I feel like this one resonates just differently.
Yeah.
Because they take it in a situation where we can just compare to it more. We can, you know what I mean? Like, I've never been at war, even though I understand how horrible it is. But I have been in a suburb, and just imagine being in a suburb and it's flooded and now there's sharks. It's like, wait, it's so much easier to put yourself in that kind of situation.
Exactly. And it's scary to be trapped in a car in a flood, period.
Period.
You know
Let
what I mean?
alone
Like we've been in bad situations on the road where there was a lot of water and stuff got flooded, and that stuff is scary. So it's a familiar situation that you can, like, you know, wrap your mind around a little more easily. So that's a very good point. That's a very good point. So yeah, I think it does a great job of like taking advantage of what's going on in the environment.
You have your homework for the weekend.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Once again, like, subscribe, follow. You know what to do. We're from the band Cut Like This. Hook our band up. Give us some streams and some love in the comments. Let us know, have you seen Thrash? Are you going to watch Thrash? Let us know what you're thinking. No, I'm sorry, Rose.
Oh, I had one more thing.
What you
and
got?
If you have any other good shark movie recommendations, you can drop those in the comments too, because I am always ready for the chomper chomper.
I'm
Okay?
sure this won't be the
Always.
last shark movie we review this year.
All right.
We are from Cut Like This, and we are